What's up, Escalade, ladies and gentlemen? I wanted to show you guys this. I know I'm pretty new to the group, and I posted a question the other day because when we bought this big black beast, among other things, well, pretty much not a whole lot worked, but among other things, the driver's door was completely dead. The only thing on the driver's door that worked was the speaker. So as you can imagine, it's kind of a pain in the butt because I couldn't unlock it to get out because the little plastic lock thing that goes on the steel rod was stripped out. And so the power seat memory thing on the door handle didn't work. None of the window buttons worked. The mirrors didn't work. None of that stuff worked. So it was quite frustrating because, you know, it was hard to get in and out, and I just wanted it to work. So the kind of thing I found funny was the window switches and the passenger door lock switch worked. So what I did after finding out that that in this part of the door the wires tend to have issues is, pardon me while I put this on, I went ahead and basically unplugged this connector, this one right here, this fella. That's the one that goes to the door. And I came in here and I segregated pretty much where all the wires went. Now, this little blue and black guy is for the light on the door. And then I segregated these guys because these go to the door lock. That's the airbag sensor. And this goes to the power mirror. And this is for the speaker. So what I wanted to do was basically, you know, I put the zip tie on all the wires that weren't going through the harness. So a couple of these big guys went. The brown and blue go to this window motor, so I ohmed them out, so that eliminated it. And then the black went through there, and the rest of these little small wires did. So basically what you do is you do what's called a continuity test. So you take a meter, and what it'll do is you put it on this setting, and what this meter will do is it sends a little bit of power through one probe and looks for it on the other. So when you have continuity, it'll beep at you. So what I did is I basically took every one of these wires, stuck one of my little pins in there, and touched it to here, and then went to the corresponding pin on that harness and touched them, and it would beep. And what I found is that this red wire with the white tracer coincides in here. And when I tested it, I got no continuity. So there was no beeping. So what that was telling me is that it was broken. So I went ahead and got the key. Ignition switch is next on this thing. Turned it on, and basically I got this yellow piece of wire, and I'm using one of my multimeter probes to act as a jumper because I suspect that this wire is broken in the hinge right there. I went ahead and I'm running this around it to see what it works. So as soon as you can see right now, there's nothing. But as soon as I poke this guy in there, you can hear that the switch clicks, and lo and behold, I have windows, door locks, mirrors, everything. So from doing my research and having to deal with this on multiple cars before, this is usually a fatigue point. Just because, you know, you take a piece of wire and bend it back and forth enough times, it's gonna break. So that's what I found. So what I plan to do, I would love to pull that harness out, but the issue I'm having is this airbag sensor is taped to it, and so is the speaker. So I can't just pull it out the door, because what I'd normally do is take the whole thing out, set it on the workbench, untape it, fix it, and then tape it back together. But that's not an option right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and tie this, get a longer length of this yellow wire, tie it all up to here, run it through, and cut and solder it in, and then I should be good. But I wanted to show you guys what I discovered, and we can go ahead and check driver's door not working off the list of Escalade problems. So far I've got it. Replace the plugs and wires. I did an oil change on it that I didn't record because, you know, an oil change is pretty simple, and there's another video on my channel that will show you how to change your oil. And now the driver's door has power. So that's 3 issues we fixed. We still got to do the suspension. We still have to do the The park assist, I still have to figure out what's going on with the body. I got to look at the headlights. They work, but they look like crap. And then I got to figure out why the check engine light's still on. It's saying oil pressure sensor, so I'm going to go ahead and address that. But little victories, guys, little victories. It's all we can do. So appreciate the support. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a little update and show you what I found. But this is real common on a whole lot of other vehicles besides GM's, but this specific problem is really common on the Escalades, the Denali's, the Tahoes, and the Yukons, so as well as Suburban. So I wanted to show you guys what I found, and hopefully this can help, because it wasn't that bad. I mean, that little multimeter is like 20 bucks. My nice one's still at the house because I was diagnosing a circuit board the other day. But yeah, that's it. So I'm just going to basically follow the path of that wire, zip tie this one. It's a much thicker gauge wire, so we should be good to go. But yeah, guys, any questions, comments, whatnot, give me a shout. Thanks. Talk to you later.